Hey there, everybody. Welcome to my channel, Random Soapbox. And today we're going to look at the money that we spend around the world on wars and where we could put it if we brought it back here into the United States. Right here on the screen, you can actually see that we give on average $3.3 billion a year to Israel. We've currently given $113 billion to Ukraine for their war. And then here's another thing. Border crossings. The border crisis has cost us $150.7 billion. So where are these coming from? So this right here is coming from the actual budget committee. This is our national debt here. So if you're um, a viewer that's never known this, you can actually go on this website. This is the official debt tracker that we are in right now. So whenever you hear people saying how much in debt we are, they're not exaggerating when they say it's like trillions. Let me see, hundreds, thousands, million, yeah, $35 trillion. Um, with the Israel, I trust the Council of Foreign Relations. So if we go here real quick, this is a total. So this is since like 1946. We have given Israel like almost $400 billion overall. Ukraine, we've given them 113. It's a crazy amount of money. Now, obviously, we're doing it to support our allies, but we're funding wars. And we don't know what backroom deals are being made. We don't know, hey, if we give you this money, will we get, they don't tell us. Politicians won't tell us. They'll just tell us that we need to support them, right? And it's so misleading, but that's the world that we live in. If we go here, I wanted to look at how much would it be to get everybody that's homeless off the streets. Now, there's a figure floating around of $20 billion. But I notice here on Verify This, they say that it takes more than that. It doesn't matter. Let's say 40 billion, 50 billion. That's still a fraction of the Ukrainian war that we're spending over there. That's a fraction of what we've given to Israel since 1946. That's a fraction of what we're spending because of the border crisis, because it's not being handled properly, right? We have people dying, ODing, getting raped, beaten, all on the streets, just left there, and nobody's caring. And here's the thing, we're getting back into the winter season here soon. We're in fall, or we're getting into fall, and then winter's coming up. There's going to be really bad weather where homeless people are going to freeze unless they have shelter, right? We could take that funding and help them out. But instead, we're using it on wars to kill foreigners. That's the homelessness. This one's interesting. So I wanted to know how much medical debt is in the U.S. currently. Um, it looks like we owe at least $220 billion in medical debt. Um, Once again, stop spending on Ukraine, crack down on the border. We could get everybody out of medical debt, or most people. We are producing the money. We are as wealthy as we think we are. It's just the way that we're using the money. We just continuously drive ourselves deeper and deeper into being subservient to the politicians. Depending on which party that you're in, of course. I have my views on which ones those would be. I think for me, the ones who like to keep you here and keep you wanting to keep saying we need this, we need that, we got to fight for this is the Democratic Party. I hate to say it. The Democratic Party, which when I was younger, I was part of it. I was a voter for Barack Obama. Well, not a voter. I was just shy of from the voting age. but I wanted Obama to win the first term, right? To see now within the last decade that the Democrats have had the majority control of the United States and to see where we're at, it's very disheartening then to keep looking at a Democrat as, the viable option to keep us going in the right direction. I voted for Trump in the first term. He won. I voted for his reelection. He didn't win. I'm going to be voting for him again. It's just my vote. You vote for whoever you want. That's the beauty of America, right? The only thing is that I don't see anybody talking about, they're not driving home on this a lot, is that the Democratic Party is not the Democratic Party anymore in the fact that who endorsed Kamala Harris recently? The big one was Dick Cheney. Dick and Liz Cheney. Dick Cheney was the vice president for George W. Bush. He is also known as the architect of the war in the Middle East. This is the guy right here. And he gave his endorsement to Kamala Harris, which Kamala Harris accepted graciously. A rhino pro-war Republican endorsed her. What has the Biden administration done since they took over from Trump? They got us back into the global conflicts again. We got back into NATO. Remember, Biden said, the one president was like, "Are we back? Are you guys back? Are you truly back?" He's like, "America's back." We're back to being the thug. Trump took us away from that. He actually was going for the America first. The pandemic railroaded it. The Russiagate, the sexual assault cases that popped up, all these cases have popped up, and he had to fight lawsuits while leading a country, and then win the election, right? So it's just crazy how much that type of stuff is in people's faces, but they don't see it. They hear buzzwords that make them feel comfortable, and then they go along with it. And that's what certain parties do. They say buzzwords that favor you or that you favor, and you fall in lock and step. With Republicans, it's border crisis, pro-life. What else is there? There's others out there. For Democrats, it's abortion, women's rights, racism, transgenderism, all the isms, and they use that to control you. Both parties use that to control you or to guide you around in like a little lapdog, basically. I think what a lot of Americans just don't do anymore is just take a step back, look at the broader picture, if that makes sense. It's just like with global warming or the climate crisis. We act like every little thing that we're doing is contributing to the world being destroyed. And now, whoever's listening to this, you might think, yes, it is. Well, how much pollution is being done by wars? Let's take a look at that. How much pollution from wars? This is one thing that is never talked about. In 2022, 5.5%. It could be underestimated. And there was a website found the other day that was actually very put on it. I don't have it on me, but that's because I just thought about it now. It's also on my TikTok page if you want to check that out as well. I've got a chart that shows how much pollution is caused by wars. And it's because in war, you've got the bombs, you've got the transportation between air, sea, land travel. They're not using whatever's the most environmentally safe. It's war. They don't care about that. They need to hurry up and get their jobs done. So they're going to do it in any way that they seem fit, right? So when it comes to that type of stuff, it just goes to the fact to show you that they're buzzwords. They don't really care about that type of stuff. So pollution, when it comes to like global warming and stuff like that, I don't believe in it. When I say take a step back from that, you look at it that way. Also, another thing is that I think we need to get back into the whole go outside, look out the sky, look around you. Is stuff blowing up? Is the world ending? Then just relax. Are there women or people from certain races being thrown in, chains and going out there to go and work in the fields or get thrown over the border? No. So then just chill out and, put your mind to something else. So that's all I got to say on that one. I want to thank you so much for tuning in, for checking out my channel. Please be sure to subscribe, or how do you do it? Like, follow, and thank you for enduring this pilot test run of my podcast, and I hope you have a good day. Good night. Take care. Be safe.